In this digital realm, we're surrounded by an array of choices, and we meet many, and I have to emphasize, many different people. Now, social media and the internet gives you the privilege that most people don't have in your day-to-day life, which is the option of a persona. Whether you're a fitness guru on Instagram, a big cameraman on YouTube, or someone hiding their head in a costume in all of the photos, each of them can don a persona. Me talking to you now could be perceived as a persona. It could be the person you're looking at, or perhaps the way I'm speaking to you. Is it from the heart, or is it a fabricated display of character? To give you a more concise definition, an online persona is a combination of a personality that someone gives themselves, and it's the way they present themselves in front of a camera or on social media. There's multiple forms of it, and it can be summed up in various boats. Some cases of personas can just be somebody donning a character, altering slight parts about their life and turning their actual livelihood into a shred of mystery. While being seen as an aura crisis, it's nice to not showcase every aspect of your actual life. Say this person portrays themselves as a donkey hitman who's from France. They have a slight accent, a family background, and their virtual avatar has more lore than your academic stories. But in reality, they're a cashier at Target. Their family can be seen as bland, and they aren't from France, they're from Nashville. In this case, it isn't necessity, it's a mystery. Another case might be a sheltered teenager who can't express themselves. This would be the case of the quote, real you. Perhaps the geist of a virtual realm makes them feel more comfortable, makes them feel like they can open up when they don't see a world for themselves outside of the screen. It could be nerdy interests, or they could be, extreme, like queer. It may be a necessity for true expression to have this persona. When outside of that internet home, you can't fathom being fully yourself. But when you choose to exert your energy into your true, untamed self, this is where your online persona goes into play. You're no longer sheltered, and you're fully able to be yourself. One persona I tend to look down upon is the fabrication of a day-to-day life. This is more social media than just internet. Get ready with me, or fitness gurus, or it's the perfect couple. One that hasn't shown any flaws and is supposed to be the representation of what a perfect life is. This is mainly your, vloggers, your really rich vloggers on, Instagram and YouTube and stuff. Couples will use them as inspiration, or guilty sentiments, or people will use them as an idol to show them what they should be. This kind of persona is, harmful. But it's a persona, leading into a big creator, an e-celeb, or someone commonly behind a camera will put on a mask to better portray their brand. This isn't about being true to self, and it may tread on being mysterious. Put every person with a $sign next to their personality, they typically have a persona. Maybe they're playing a character, maybe they're selling you a brand, but almost every big creative has a sign up as their portrayal of what they are. This doesn't even have to be shade, it's just the fact of the game. But people can put on a persona as a big creator. One can be presenting themselves as a very optimistic personality to sell you a brand. One can be someone pretending to be a character and being very dramatic and mysterious to really show you how, cool they are. Each of these are different types of e-personas that could each serve a different purpose, whether it be selling, being true to yourself, or having a diluted fabrication of your real life. Now, the entire universe of portrayed social media gives you the option to showcase whichever you choose. Not everything that goes on in your life is perceived by an audience, unless you live stream your day-to-day, or people have you under surveillance for 25/8/366. You get to choose what people see and the parts that they can critique of your own. Somebody can be struggling with their entire life. Their family is on fire and they've never smiled for even a second, but this can be their e-layout. A persona can give you the ability to select what people perceive, and in this world, that can be a big plus, but in some terms can be a fatal flaw. But with a persona, you can choose what they see, be it untamed or natural. It can be very helpful if you're in the boat of a real-life secrecy or in need of love and community to don a persona. It could be the true untamed version of yourself in this case and give you the opportunity to connect through the lines. Now, at the same time, these can be very harmful to yourself, because some people have an online persona to spread harm, or to bring themselves to a higher pedestal, like a guy pretending he's a bounty hunter behind a microphone, or portraying themselves as perfect and making you feel bad for not being the same, like those day-in-the-life moguls. Or even, if we want to get less harmful with a brand, there's so many ways creators don a mask, like VTubers. It's just one of the 800 examples of a creator persona. Online personas benefit everyone. They offer a way for anyone to create versions of themselves that reflect their personality and interests online, enabling them to reflect the most confident, authentic version. These personas are also an opportunity for creative world building. By designing personas, users are able to create new experiences with narratives of their choice, living out a pathway which likely would not be accessible in the real world. Online personas give humans, but is that the idealized version of yourself? Is that the unfiltered version of yourself? Is that the true version? Is it out of necessity, or are you doing it just because? I find the world of the P word so interesting because why do we do it? Why do we portray ourselves this certain way? Is it an aura crisis? Is it to be a free spirit when you can't or don't want to do it outside the screen? Or is it for the sake of a brand to keep paying the bills and get yourself a new pair of shoes that you like? Or perhaps is it the true version of you? I propose this question with no answer to really ask, what is it for you? Because when I donned a persona in my younger years, it was the idealized version of myself. Not necessarily untamed, not needed, but I was left dissatisfied in my real world as a teenager, so I found the idealization of a character much more appealing. Why do you do it? I feel like there's a million reasons. I believe putting on an identity and a character can not only be absolutely expressive for your creativity, but can also serve a purpose with personality and relatability. There's a point to it, whether the reasoning could be seen as melancholic to branded to protective. It could be helpful, and it can be true. There's a variety of ways to why or how. It could be the true you, the untamed you, necessary, or just something to do. Because why the fuck not? Anyways, I just thought it was an interesting question. I'm gonna turn my persona off now.